is the purpose of this event?
The purpose of this event is to help give people more awareness about what the LGBT community is about and to make change in the community. It's a form of theater for social change, and so we're trying to further the movement by educating the masses.
What inspired you for this concept?
What inspired me with this concept is the fact that I am a lesbian myself, and I feel like with a lot of people that I've met personally and things and stories that I've really encountered, especially since last year, a lot of the suicides that were going on, or there's always been suicides going on, but I feel like that were really more in the public. I really thought, I think we need to do a theater piece for social change to really get the people to understand what we go through and what this struggle is truly about.
What do you think are some main concerns and issues that the community has?
I think some main concerns and issues that we have in the community, obviously suicide, interdiscrimination within our own community, dealing with bisexuality, dealing with people who are being transgendered, you're transgendered. It's just the fact that people aren't accepting. They have their views and they're not willing to open up and learn that there are many different people in the world. And I feel like, I may be Gabrielle Shulruff and I'm a lesbian and I'm Jewish and I'm Hispanic, but I'm also a theater student, I'm also a student, I'm also a theater major, I'm also a pianist, I'm so many other things than that. It's the sliver of I have many slivers to the onions that I am. And so I think that we need to show that we're people regardless.
Can you tell me a little bit about the process of how this was created and how it came to be where it is now?
Absolutely. The process was created basically last year around November. I had an independent study within the theater department at UCF, and I wanted to make a devised show, basically meaning that I got a group of 30 individuals within the theater / other departments at UCF. We came together and we basically had rehearsals twice a week, and we basically took issues, things that we found in the media, things that we found within interviews within ourselves, within people outside of the cast, also different periodicals, things like that, and we basically did acting exercises in order to come up with this material. And then we basically gave it to our writer, Alex Wall, and Ann Eden Weatherell, who wrote the spoken word pieces. And we all kind of dabbled in together, and we put the piece together and made it this one big, magnificent breakthrough.
Why showcase it here at FGCU?
Well, I showcase it here because, well, first of all, we did it at UCF last March, and then it got so popular, we had over a 40-person waiting list turnout, that we actually took it to the Abbey, which is in downtown Orlando. Really popular as well, raised over $2,000 for the Zebra Coalition, which is a nonprofit organization that helps LGBTQ homeless youth who are kicked out of their houses, and they also have a suicide hotline. It was so popular there that we actually took it to Come Out with Pride, which is Orlando's Pride Parade that has over 100,000 attendees annually. We had over 2,000 people in the audience, which was a very big and awesome thing. And so then I was contacted by Matt Stoner, who's a friend of mine as well as GSA president, and he was like, we heard about Breakthrough. Steph Moult, who was president, had seen it before in the past, and he's like, come for our Pride Week. And I was like, are you kidding? The opportunity to take the show elsewhere? Hell yeah. So that's why we're here. We're trying to make change in every community, in every city, state, country. I want to go viral.
What do you want audience members to take away?
I want audience members to take away that, to understand a little bit more about what goes on within the community, whether you're straight or you're gay. Again, there's a lot of interdiscrimination that goes in our community as well. And I want people to understand that we are all just people, and I want them to be inclusive of one another because, again, we're all just slivers of the onions that we are.
And can you tell me a little bit about how at your school this started and then spread from there?
Well, it was started as my independent, I don't understand, it was started as my independent study, so, is there another way that you want me to spin it, or
No.
no, it started, basically, well, to go even further back, basically I was sitting in my theater history lit class with my amazing faculty advisor, Sybil St. Clair, and she was talking about what she's done and blah, 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 and she's like, oh, theater for social change, and I was like, there's such a thing, because I'm a huge activist. I was part of Equal at UCF, which is the LGBT group on UCF's campus, and I heard theater for social change. I do theater, and I'm an activist. Why not put two and two together? And I literally emailed her that day, and I was like, I have this idea, and we need to do it, and I'm gonna bug you until you let me. And then we sat down, and it became this huge big thing.
What has been your favorite part of this experience, showcasing it at your school and then getting to come and showcase it here?
I think my favorite part is the fact that every single time there are people hysterically crying in the audience because they've been so moved by the production. And at the end of the day, I've seen the show 50 million times, you know what I mean? Although I do love it, you know, now as a director, I'm like, okay, what tactic can we make in order to make it even better? And you know, things can always get better, you know what I mean? But the fact that it is moving so many people within the audience, that in itself, I'm like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep taking it to different places. I got to make change. And not only that, but I have friends of mine who, even my assistant producer, her dad was not very accepting of her. And she was really afraid to bring him. And I was like, April, you need to bring him, and you need to just grow some and do it. You know what I mean? That was actually really not PC, but whatever. And then she brought him, and he cried. And he went up to her and hugged her and kissed her afterwards and was like, you know what, I love you regardless. I'm so sorry that I ever made an issue about it. And that happened with other people who were in the cast who, you know, their parents were not very accepting of them because they were very religious. And then coming to see the show, after speaking with them, the mother was crying, the dad was basically in tears and was just like, wow, I never wanted that for my daughter. I didn't even mean that. You know, some people just, they don't know. And so we have to teach them. And the only way you're gonna grow and learn, you know, is by teaching. So.
And how many people total are involved?
Right now, in this specific cast and crew, we have 20 people. So 11 cast members and 9 crew members, cast and crew.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I have.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.